Okay.
Welcome, everyone, to the Real Whovians cast. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212, and I am with Scott.
Greetings and salutations.
What's up, Scott? What's up, Vaughn?
What's up?
All right, Vaughn, so I'm going to pose a question to you,
Okay.
and you tell me the catastrophic ramifications of your answer. Ready?
Okay.
Don't say
All right.
nothing, Scott. Don't say nothing.
My lips are sealed.
Not yelling at Scott again. All right, here we go. What are the ramifications of moving Doctor Who from Saturday, where it's always been Saturday, BBC, Saturday, to Sunday?
Okay. I will pose to throw another question to that. What was the ramifications of moving? Never mind. Let me keep it at Doctor Who.
Class was on Sunday.
Yeah, that was true. But X-Files was on Sunday too, and you saw what happened with that.
So
So
we're talking about BBC.
yeah, I know that. But
I don't know about you, but Sunday was what? Pamela Anderson's VIP and all these other weird shows. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I don't know. What time slot is going to be in Sunday? Is it going to be the tea time slot? Like, are they going to do it like they did Kingdom and them with the
I don't know what's on their
certain,
Sundays, but Sundays is Sundays though.
But it's a certain time during the day that it gets high ratings over there, and that's the tea time slot.
Sunday.
Kingdom, Doc Martin is on the same time spot. They get high ratings. It's different. Okay, we have to keep in mind that even though I would like to knock this movement, it could prove to be a very good thing for Doctor Who.
Really?
Yes, because here's the thing. I know it's going to shock you, but their tea time, the actual tea time period is very family oriented. And that's, if the Doctor Who show is really going to be towards that genre, Doc Martin is one of their biggest shows over there.
Okay.
And it does extremely well. I'm assuming it's still on Sundays because that dominated really well for them on Sunday. And this is PG. So it's like it's basically like,
well, we think it's PG.
Well, I've seen the whole series of Dr. Martin too, so it is PG.
I mean, Doctor Who I'm talking about.
Oh, Doctor Who. But okay, but see, here's the thing with that. It's a double-edged sword. He's moving it to that time slot. And I want to think Broadchurch was in Sundays too. Were they on Sundays over there?
Might be.
So he's probably shifting it to see. I think it was Sundays over there, but I'm not for sure. And I could be wrong. But I think it's more of a ratings thing than anything to move it to a more family-friendly spot. Now,
well, let me explain to you the fallout of us and what it means for us. I heard, and I could be wrong, if they put it on Sunday, we're not getting it on Sunday. We're going to get it a complete week later on a Saturday night.
Yeah, because you going through BBC America.
So in other words, they're going to say to America, F you, wait.
Pretty much.
And no one's going to wait. Meaning no one's going to watch it. The rating's going to be in the toilet because they're going to watch it on the internet.
Well, we see now that they're not building a strong U.S. following.
Oh, no, they don't really give a crap.
They don't really care about the U.S. So they're going to shift it thinking this is going to be a good idea. But the ramification is that they're going to lose a lot of people in the U.S. Their marketing is going to go in the proofs because who is going to wait a week to watch a show? When we for having it,
I'll watch it already.
Same day. But if BBC America was smart, they would shift it as well on BBC America. They would shift it to Sundays, but they're not that smart.
They're not going to change their whole structure, though.
No, they're not that smart, so they're not going to do it that way because they probably already have established shows on that Sunday time slot.
Right.
Like Planet Earth or something like that.
Some crap.
Yeah, that time slot probably always filled with something. So, yes, it's sad. They have done this before where we had to wait a week to get the new episode. So
I remember Russell T. Davis. We used to wait a long time.
Exactly, yeah.
And the hell with that. Because let me tell you something. How do you go from that? Then you evolve in America where everybody knows what Doctor Who is. Now they're taking Doctor Who out of everything. Like they're making us forget it.
I'm gonna tell you one thing. There's gonna be a time, and I watch my words. Something is gonna rise above Doctor Who over here that they're gonna lose most of their fans. Like something's gonna catch the audience attention.
Oh yeah.
Because it's prime.
Always happens.
Yeah, it always happens. So
Stuff's
it's like,
gonna happen. Stuff's gonna come out, and then it's gonna be over.
It's gonna be over. I mean, I don't know what they're doing. I have this really bad feeling that he's trying to keep it within British, the England.
Well, that's not really smart, but okay.
Like you've seen with Russell T Davies and you've seen it with Moffat. They tried to make it accessible to overseas.
Well, Moffat's mostly the one that made it all over the place. But guess what, though? You can't. Now you're taking it away. So it's like you're purposely destroying the fan base.
And I feel that's probably showing that they don't have the lack of faith in their person who they picked as the Doctor, which is really it's telling, and maybe on a subconscious level too. Because why would you knock a good thing? Is it because that y'all was gonna move it to 5 o'clock time slot over there?
Listen, the whole thing is that nobody realizes the show could be in the toilet with ratings. It's commissioned, meaning that it's not going to get canceled because they have a friggin' deal with China. That would be a violation of that deal, so it has to continue to 2023, or else they have to pay all that money back. So they could have it where you're forgetting it on Sunday. It gets the worst ratings ever for 3 years, and then people don't even know it's on anymore. And then it's just a silent cancellation.
Yeah, exactly.
They just, like the Inhumans, like they just refuse to say Inhumans is canceled.
Let's be honest that the BBC America is not independent because they've been showing Doctor Who stuff on AMC, so I'm thinking they all lumped in together. So I am mad because I'm so used to this is the thing. They're doing too many changes too soon. Like how is that gonna help your ratings when you shift it like that? Because most people watch it on Saturdays because that's the thing. Unless they scared that the ratings gonna be too bad to go up against whatever in that time slot.
We discussed that in that last cast.
I think it's more of a ratings thing. They think that if they shifted away from that spot, they don't have to go up against when it's Strictly Come Dancing.
Yeah, but I think that's a big mistake, though.
I
honestly think it is
because it shows that you just don't have faith in your series.
Definitely no faith
up against anything.
And then Olivia Colman comes out today, but who cares? Because if it's on Sunday, she says, "Well, I'm not really asking Chibnall, but I would really want to come into Doctor Who and play a big baddie."
Oh, God.
So I'm not going to dial him or call him. I mean, if he sees the article, okay, but I really want to be in Doctor Who. Like that. So, of course, he's going to see that. And he's like, okay, you're going to be the Master. Or you're going to be the Ronnie.
Oh, my God. I bet they better not bring the Ronnie in.
He's going to hand her the role. Absolutely. There's no way. Absolutely that's going to happen.
That's another thing they need to stray away from. This freaking buddy system thing they have over there. I know that y'all have a limited, no offense to England, but y'all have a limited stock of actors. I understand that. I'm not going to say what's coming in my mind about
also, too, everybody with Chibnall with is lately, it's like the Chibnall Club.
Exactly.
So there's no auditions. Hey, you're my friend. You want to be in this? Okay, so her coming out and saying, hey, I want to be somebody big in Doctor Who, a villain, he's going to be like, okay, when do you start? You're on next season. Because they already got this season unless he throws her in there. So she's in.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. It's too
clicky. Man, be friends with Chibnall. Got a job, man.
I mean, he's too clicky. I mean,
she's not even going to try out.
No,
she's not even going to try out.
She worked with him on Broadway. So anybody who's on Broadway.
Broadchurch.
Yeah. Broadchurch, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't even care about that show no more, to be honest.
Grace Point, alternate reality in America.
Grace Point, yeah, exactly.
That failed, but yeah.
And you know what? They could look and say, hey, his track record is kind of shady with that because he can't even convert a British show successfully over to American.
Oh, no.
So, I mean, I have no faith in, I mean, I'm not going to not Chimler, but I don't have faith in his ability as a showrunner for that show.
Yo, if David Tennant called Chibnall tomorrow and say, "Hey, can I appear as the medical crisis doctor?" Be like, "Yep."
Yeah.
And don't tell me you wouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? Maybe that's a good thing here, because what if the classic doctors went to Chibnall and say, "Hey, we want to be in it"? You're like, "Okay." He would.
Yeah,
Moffat wouldn't. Moffat wouldn't.
Yeah, Moffat wouldn't.
So maybe that's the best thing ever.
Maybe he's more lenient towards that, but I'm worried about the implementation of all of that.
Yeah.
Because he could easily say, yeah, but how long do you have to wait until he writes a script that involves your doctor?
Right.
Now that's the concern. And it has to be a strong script. It can't be like one of these filler scripts that you just give to anybody or anyone to do, which I'm suspecting there is no writer's room, because I haven't heard the writers that's going to be in that writer's room.
Yeah, I know, right? We didn't get nothing.
Yeah. By now, they should have a team forming or a team already in place.
Yeah, it's his living room. It's his living. You know what he's got? You know what his writing room is? It's called the Google Hangouts.
Yeah.
That's what the writing room is. Like we do our casts. He's going to be in a Google Hangout or a Zoom or something. He's like, "Hey, so what are we doing in this episode?" Like that. That's what the writer's room is going to be.
The only thing I've been asking about this is, can he please get a continuity person? Which he probably don't have nobody doing continuity.
Get some Doctor Who historian, continuity, whatever.
Get somebody who is, get somebody, don't get just anybody, somebody who is competent enough to fulfill that role and keep you on track with your storyline.
Yes.
Get two people just to be twice as safe.
Like a Mulder and Scully for Doctor Who.
Pretty much. Who can go in and look at the archive and say, hey, this has been done, this is how this played out, and try to implement it.
But they know it from memory. They don't need to look at anything. They'd be like, Daleks went here.
They don't know nothing from memory, because if in that case, I should be seeing plot holes resolved right about now, and I haven't seen none of that. So they don't know nothing about it.
That's what they should do, a plot hole filler season. They just fill that up.
I'm not trying to be hard on the showrunner, because I know that is a huge job. And I respect the showrunners, because half of the showrunners are amazing. Half of the stuff they have to go through, like on Game of Thrones showrunner have to go through, or oh goodness, the other shows that have these big giant casts and stuff, X-Files showrunners. Yeah, all these showrunners have a job, and I understand it's a difficult job because you're not concentrating on just one aspect. You are all the aspects.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But it has to be some accountability to what y'all do. And y'all cannot just go around, handling a show that is now a tradition, like it's a piece of their
you can't show the Big Ben every year when the Big Ben gets wrecked every friggin' season or every couple of seasons. It's like, why is it there intact? Yeah,
I think there's no accountability for what they do. No owning up to if they make a mistake. They do not know how to handle it. They'll throw it off on somebody, or they'll get somebody fired for no apparent reason.
Yeah.
And I mean, we've seen it in the last couple of seasons with Capaldi that he could have been an amazing doctor, and he is an amazing doctor.
Awesome one.
But the way they handled that whole situation with him,
oh God,
no, that's not how you handle that. You got an actor who has been a fan since he was a child. He literally knows each doctor from ground up. And you mean to tell me you cannot work with that actor?
That's ridiculous.
The actor, and then you have the actor that is so magnificent and humble and good, and he spends his time giving back to the community, do his charity work, going to conventions that he don't, he get paid for it, but that's his. You don't have to do it. I mean, he gave so much back to the community. Same with Colin Baker. They both had, but they both was not treated the way they should have been treated during their run. I'm sure if everything was to go right, he would still be with us. We would have a year for them, this next team, to prepare themselves, because it seemed like they rushing into something that they don't have no foggiest idea of what's going on.
If you're going to rush in and you're going to have her women's rights, women's rights, it's going to be a failure.
And that's what I'm afraid is going to happen. They're going to do that whole feminist stuff to the point that we're going to see people get it, and it's going to drive the women first off the air.
Yeah,
and they're going to be
it already is.
Boyfriends and husbands to stop watching.
But like you said with Supergirl, eventually that's going to kill the ratings with Supergirl. Eventually,
it is, and I know it isn't already as much with this episode.
Yeah.
You know what? With that planning, you could just, you could have set Jodie aside. We didn't need to know. She could have had a bigger interest in what she did. They could have wrote a story that has not been done where you have the doctor. If Capaldi really wanted to leave out, they could have did a story where Capaldi regenerated midway through that storyline and then changed it to her. That has not been done. A big generation where the doctor had to come in, the next one had to come in and take over the problem that the last one left.
And the thing is, with the doctor, with her reveal that she didn't get to meet with the fans right away, and it was like all film.
No.
If you would have did it all right, say you did it that way, and you had to do it the right way, the next day she should have been walking through the streets. All the kids are, and say like, "Here I am," and everybody running to her like whatever or something.
Maybe not in her yet actual.
No, just regular answer questions with fans.
They had her greeting the fans and that.
That would have been great.
Welcome, but now because they kept such under the carpet, people are going, oh, okay.
Right now, when she's out there and she takes pictures with people, it's like so low key. Like you don't know where she's gonna be, you don't know whatever. Like what's the secret, first of all? But I mean
if they really wanted to showboat this, and if they really had confidence in the person they chose, they would have had not do the film. Say, hey, guess what? I made this decision. I believe you're a good actress for this job. I'm behind you 100%. What we're gonna do? We're gonna do something similar to what we did to Capaldi. You will not be known until we do that live broadcast right after the Wimbledon game, and then everybody could sit down with her and say, hey, she can say what her standpoint is. If she wanted to reassure people, that would have been her time. But they didn't give her that chance. And they distream this. I think what I'm upset about is the way they handling her.
Same here.
It's not normal what y'all doing, because y'all making the issue. It don't have
I think they're starting to panic.
They are.
I think they're like, oh shit, we really should have.
And they're thinking this changing to Sundays, at least. Is some way going to secretly fix it when in reality you're killing it.
Exactly. And I mean, I think that the problem lies is that they're not confident, and plus, and like I said, if they really needed this time to prepare, I would like I said in this video, guys, the same apply to what's going on now. If they really, I'd rather have you delay it and have your stuff together than to put something up that nobody,
well, nobody wants a half-ass thing.
Exactly. And they could have said, Capaldi, I know you tired. I know that you probably want to be with your family, but could you please, we're going to extend your contract for up to the end of 2018. He would have had specials just like Tenet. If he didn't want to do a full run, they could have did each special. And then that last special could have been split, because by then she would have been ready. And then the treat to the fans would be that something's happening with Capaldi. His 12th Doctor is going through stuff. Amid regeneration, she jumps right in. No time to think. She jumps right in. And that has not been done on Doctor Who.
Right.
They could have even done still the same thing where she fell out of the TARDIS, but at least it would be during the episode itself.
They should have a doctor change him mid-season.
Yeah, change
Just like, oh, wait, what? What just happened? Yeah.
Yeah, because it would have been something for the fans, and it could have been something that was out of the box, because we have.
How like Sylvester McCoy steps out of the TARDIS and gets shot?
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
Right in the beginning.
Or they could have had Capaldi be the one that was flinged out, and then all of a sudden regeneration, and then you start the show from there.
Yeah, he could have been the one that fell out. And then after smacking, that's when he did the whole regeneration thing.
Yeah.
And then when she lands in that 8th season or something like that. It's a little see, they don't think things through.
No.
And, they not thinking out of the box neither. They trying to. I think his priority is to get the show back on the speed. And I'm not going to sit here. I'm not going to sit here and blame Capaldi for all this, because he is. What we need to understand is that he is only the interpreter. And a lot of people is putting the blame on the series' many problems on Capaldi, and that's unfair to him because he only interprets the script. He's an interpreter script. You have a lot of other issues behind that. He's only can do what he's given to work with.
I know.
And it's just sad. I mean, come on, people. I mean,
when fans can come up with a better idea of how to fix something or a storyline, it tells you something.
I just want the next time the Doctor regenerates like her, I don't want her to be able to hold it back.
No.
I want it to be like the regeneration energy gets smart and it's like, nope, you're doing it. And it's just like no control. And there will be no 5-hour speech.
No.
Because I got to tell you, I don't know if it's the way Moffat's story tells, but we've been waiting for this regeneration for like episodes. Exactly. Because the whole 2-parter, it's like that regeneration. And then we got cheated at it, but then it was twice upon time. And then it says that. So it was the biggest dragged out thing ever. So when she goes to regenerate, I want that thing to be quick. Where I don't want her to have a speech that's like 15 minutes long. Because ultimately, yes, it was some cool stuff that Capaldi did. But some of that stuff wasn't even to do with him. It was like a repeat of Moffat's whole era rather than Capaldi's time.
But he did write that speech though. From what
he did write some of it.
Capaldi, that's his own personal.
Some of it.
Some of it, but not. Yeah.
Not all of it. Yeah.
Not all of it, because he there was this cool thing on Dumbler where Rachel Talele, she has a Dumbler, and she talks to the fans every once in a while,
Right.
She's really cool. And she said that they actually had a meeting. I think it's in Doctor Who magazine, to be honest. I think that's what somebody pulled this from.
And he wanted to say his own thing.
Yeah, it's a certain way. Yeah, it's a certain way that he wanted, which I thought was cool. I mean, give the man, if this is what he wants, and I mean, you done messed up his whole.
Yeah, give him that at least, right?
Exactly.
Give him that at least.
But I mean, we can just look back on that and say, hey, I mean, he did have a good run, but certain things should have not happened. Like they should have kept him the same way as he was in the first season he appeared, and just made his character be like that all the way through instead of him going.
Yeah, he was so different every year. It was ridiculous. It was so different. It's like different Doctor every year.
Yeah.
But when Gatiss wrote for him, Gatiss wrote for him, he wrote him differently than Moffat did in the Robin Hood one. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah.
So it was weird. I mean, it showed that he was jealous of someone getting with Clara. It was like a whole thing.
Yeah, that underlining whole thing, I don't know, but
that's another thing to talk about.
That's another thing to talk for another time. But the issue is the Sunday move, which I think it's good for them, but it's going to be bad for us.
Yeah,
it's bad.
It really is. It's going to be bad.
Because what I said basically was I could understand them moving it, maybe like try the Sunday thing for maybe the Saturday thing for a week or Sunday thing for a week, but then move it up an hour to see if that's the reason why the show's.
And they don't. Depending on what time they is, they're gonna have to come up against. I think Doc Martin is on ITV. ITV, and he has a lot of good ratings because he's established. So he's very established, and that you're going for somebody who has actually had to work up to those ratings. Like Doc Martin. I can't wait to
see Capaldi do some big things, like an Avengers or something, Marvel or something. Star Wars.
I want him to do some movies now. Let that man do some rated R flicks.
Let him do some horror stuff.
Yeah. Let that man.
Why can't they make him Dracula? Just like try to do Hammer.
I would love. He would be a good Dracula. He would be so good.
Make him do like the Hammer type ones.
Yeah.
Like the Christopher Lee type. Bring that back. So.
Oh, well.
All right, we're gonna take a break. And we'll be back at some point in time tonight. All right, take care. Bye for now.